this one for the wedding, and I don't get it because it's a happy day. Weddings are special, marriage is special. The other thing that'll happen sometimes is I will talk to a couple. I try to talk to couples. Unfortunately, I didn't have a chance to talk to you guys much, but when I talk to them sometimes, especially with younger couples, I get the sense that they tend to think of marriage as the final step in a romantic relationship, where they met each other, they fell in love, and decided to get married, without maybe fully appreciating the fact that, marriage is not the final step in anything. It's really just the beginning of an adventure that's meant to last your entire lives. Well, Brian, what I'd like to do is I'd like to ask you a question, and when I'm finished, I'd like you to respond with "I will." Brian, we have this woman to be your wedded wife. We love her, comfort her, honor and cherish her, in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, keeping only to her, for as long as you both shall live. And Toby, we have this man to be your wedded husband. We love him, comfort him, honor and cherish him, in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, keeping only to him, for as long as you both shall live. Well, in just a few minutes, you two are going to make a very special, a very important, and a very big promise to each other. A marriage promise actually has its own name. It's called a covenant. And a marriage covenant is an unconditional promise that you make before God that benefits the other person. Unconditional means that there's no strings attached. You can your whole hearts. You promise to give each other both your love and your respect for the rest of your lives, without asking for anything in return. Brian, you'll be putting Toby's interests ahead of yours. And Toby, you'll be putting Brian's interests ahead of yours. Now that's a big promise. And the only way that promise can work is when it's made in love. And love's a really tough thing to describe or define. I mean, I tried for years, and frankly, I couldn't do it. Actually, I gave up about 3 years ago. I could do that because of a very special man who lived about 2,000 years ago. His name was Paul. Paul was responsible for a number of things, but he was responsible for a particular church in Greece where they had a lot of issues. And one of the issues that those folks had was they'd forgotten that they were supposed to love each other. So Paul wrote them a letter, and as part of that letter, what he did for them, ultimately for us, is he described love. And what I want to do is I want to read you what Paul wrote. What Paul wrote about love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, and endures all things. Love never ends. And I like to read that at weddings. Actually, I think it's important to read that at weddings for 2 reasons. First, because love is such a tough thing to describe. Maybe even more. So far, Brian, in over a quarter of a century, my wife has never been wrong.
I believe that.
But you know what? It's okay to disagree. It really is. I don't think you can put 2 adults in a room for more than a day and not have to disagree about something. What's important is how we disagree. Sometimes couples will take things that, so you can hold Toby's hands and make that promise by repeating these words after me. I, Brian, take you, Toby.
I, Brian, take you, Toby,
To be my wife.
to be my wife.
I promise before God.
I promise before God
To be your loving and faithful husband.
to be your loving and faithful husband,
To share with you in plenty and in want.
to share with you in plenty and in want,
In joy and in sorrow.
in joy and sorrow,
In sickness and in health.
sickness and in health,
And to join with you
and to join with you
until we are parted by death.
until we are parted by death.
And Toby, I'd like to make the same promise to Brian by repeating these words after me. I, Toby, take you, Brian,
I, Toby, take you, Brian,
to be my husband.
to be my husband.
I promise before God
I promise before God
to be your loving and faithful wife.
to be your loving and faithful wife,
To share with you in plenty and in want.
to share with you in plenty and in want,
In joy and in sorrow.
in joy and in sorrow,
In sickness and in health.
in sickness and in health,
And to join with you
and to join with you
until we are parted by death.
until we are parted by death.
And Brian, I'd like you to take Toby's ring, place it on the 4th finger of her left hand. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a token of the covenant
as a token of the covenant
made between us today,
made between us today,
and as a pledge of my love for you.
and as a pledge for my love for you.
And Toby, I'd like you to take Brian's ring, place it on the fourth finger of his left hand.
It goes on. You bought it wrong.
There we go. And repeat these words after me. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a token of the covenant
as a token of the covenant
made between us today,
made between us today,
and as a pledge of my love for you.
and as a pledge of my love to
Dear Heavenly Father of love and mercy, dear Lord, please show your compassion to this couple and witness the same before God and your friends, family too, or friends. And pledge your mutual love to each other and declare the same by the giving and the receiving of rings, and now declare that your husband and wife.
Yeah.
Brian, you can kiss your bride.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, guys. Yay. Boy, it's all legal.
Shot from here, that's good, hold it.
Yeah, that's a good one.